Hopefully this mic is working. This mic went dead shortly before, so I'm hoping this mic's working. I'm going to keep my volume up on my phone just to make sure that I'm coming through on YouTube. I already checked Facebook. It looks like it's coming through on Facebook, so give me 1 second just to double check that I have volume. If someone can give me, I think Ann, you're in, if you want to give me a thumbs up. Hopefully this mic is working. This mic went dead shortly before. I hear sound, so I'm going to continue. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for coming back. This is the live that was supposed to happen on Thursday, and ran into some major technical difficulties. It's taken me this whole time to figure it out. Some of you might have seen me go live. Oh, good, Ann, thank you. Earlier today, trying to figure out just the little quirks now, the last minute things to figure out. So, backstory, I'm having now to restream, or use Restream to stream to multiple platforms. There's a reason behind all of it. Big announcement for that on Wednesday. So, we had to figure out some technical stuff to make this all happen on Wednesday, and I think I figured it out. So I said, I will test run it and do my live I was supposed to do on Thursday. We'll do this today, and hopefully all my gizmos and gadgets work. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's Sunday afternoon. We may not have a lot of people. It's going to be a relatively easy tag, I think. I just wanted to do something kind of vintage for some reason, and I had this rose set that was giving me that vintage vibe, so I'm like, let's just try something vintage. And I know there's a couple other big lives going on right now, so we'll get what we get, and let's just get crafting and have some fun and hang out. So if you're watching this on the replay, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you guys subscribe to my channel. I Manly Made Minute on Instagram as well. Post my card hops and all that kind of stuff on there. So let's just go down to this down camera, show you what I have, and let's just have some fun and relax for the Sunday afternoon. All right, here is the stamp set that I'm going to use today. This is from Alta New. This is the Made with Love stamp set. It comes with the stamp set, cute little mini little stamp set with the leaves and a couple really great sentiments. And I'll just read them because they're really great. Just a note, made with, sending, love, just you. You are my heart, my life, my one and only thought by Arthur Doyle. It's never too late to be what you might have been by George Eliot. And then Ian McEwan, I love you, I believe in you completely. You are my dearest one, my reason for life. We're using that one today on my tag. Then it comes with the die set to cut these out. You see I've already kind of did some prep here today just to make this easy for today. And a stencil set. Now this is not a layering stencil in the true sense of it's going to layer now out my little layers and the petals and different things. It's just lets you fill in this whole rose and shade it in how you want. We're going to do a little dry brushing on it today just to kind of highlight it, vintage it out just a little bit, and go from there. Okay? So let's just start with the tag because I'm going to set this aside to dry. I have one pre-made up to a certain point in case this one doesn't dry in time. But I am going to kind of just go old. My goal here is like old wallpaper-y kind of feel is what I was going for. All right? And I almost got out the scripted sentiment stamp set and stamped that out, but I haven't used these books that I bought on purpose for this stuff. So we're just going to use a book page, and look at how old this book page is. This is like, you can't age something better than this when it ages so natural, right? So I'm going to get out one of these. This book is really old and really brittle. So we're going to gesso, oh, I got 2 pages. We're going to gesso this on so that it'll take it won't soak up my stains and stuff so much that it'll gives me some workability on it. So I'm going to just put this on the whole tag. Then I'm going to layer over some texture paste and some DSP that reminded me of a old kitchen wallpaper. Okay, so I'm just going to smear some glue on this and glue this down, but I'm going to gesso over the top of it. If I had some collage medium, which I do not. I have some on order. I would collage medium this down because that'll glue a little bit smoother than stuff like this. So, and I'll probably just smear this down with my finger so I don't get these ridges of the glue, so it gets as smooth as possible. I did try on a test run a glue stick. It worked, but it just, after getting wet and things, it just didn't adhere as the best as I wanted. So I'm going to stick with my glue. All right. Easy peasy, just throw that down. Good tack on there. And then I'll cut this down to size, and then we'll just gesso this. That gesso dries pretty quick. And you don't need a thick layer. I just need enough to soak up into this paper and give it some tooth to hold on to the inks that we're going to throw down on this today. All right, hey everyone, see some people popping in, so welcome, welcome, welcome. If I have anybody on Facebook, I would love it if anybody just comments saying, hey, I'm on Facebook, so I know that's working. First time doing Facebook Live and YouTube at the same time. So I'm multi-streaming today to get all my platforms involved, and more to come on some stuff that's happening here on Wednesday. I think we're announcing tomorrow, so watch my channels tomorrow. It'll definitely be on Instagram. All right, I'm just gonna punch that hole right now while I'm on it. All right, let's just throw down a little bit of clear gesso. You could use clear, you could use white, you could use black, whatever you want. I'm just giving this some tooth to do some spray stains today. Kind of was in the mood just to get dirty and have some fun, so. And my craft room is showing it today. I've got some projects going on in the midst of this morning, trying to finish up setting up for this live and making sure all the tech is working. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to schedule this for this afternoon. I've got other projects to try to finish today. Today's kind of filming day, to be very honest. Filming some of my shorts, filming some design team stuff, and it's film day. So, all right, just clean that gesso up. This is just alcohol that just takes that up really easy, so I don't get it on the rest of my project. Okay, I can still put some other things on here while this is still wet. So I have this Delilah color book designer series paper, and it's got one in here, and I've got it right in the front because I've already used a piece of it. This, which just reminded me of like old vintage kitchen wallpaper, and the edges were already kind of vintaged out on this. So I'm going to just take and tear. What I would like is to cover kind of half of this, and then how I'm going to lay out the roses. So let's just, I'm going to use the corner of this actually. And so if I use the corner, I got to tear from about here to about here. I'm actually going to tear the other way now because I want that tear on the top side. This little tear thing, I want on the top side. All right, let's just see how that looks. And my Facebook is Shawn, S-H-A-W-N, Manley. I don't have one under Manley Made Minute yet. I probably should, but I'm not that far yet. So under my name. All right, so I'm gonna glue that down. That looks good to me. And actually, I'm gonna just distress this just a tiny bit more around the edges before I glue this down. So I'm just getting out my distress ink. This is Vintage Photo, and I'm just gonna throw some on these edges, just a little bit, and then right where that tear is, so that it picks up that nice color on those tears, and then just a little bit to knock that brightness of it down a little bit. All right, I'm just going to glue this down too. If I had collage medium, this would be a totally collage medium down and make it easy, but I'm getting out some ephemera. I bought a pack of ephemera. I'm not a big ephemera person, and I'm trying to get into it. So I'm gonna try to play with some ephemera with these roses as well today. Ooh, I like that. I like this, how this peeks out. Yeah, I like that a lot. Really like that. All right. Brittany Chase, off of Facebook, I believe. Miss you too, Brittany. Thank you so much. I miss you guys so much. Gosh, I tell you, if I was back in Minneapolis, I'd be coming back to work if I could. If there was something open, I miss working with you guys. Miss you and Chelsea and the whole gang. So, thanks for kind of stopping in. Okay, I'm just gonna give this just a little bit of heat, just to dry this just a little bit before I throw down some paste on here. I did a thin layer of gesso, so it will dry relatively quick, and you can see it change the paper color just a little bit, and that's what we want. I just want that to soak in to take the rest of this. So yeah, you can feel that already drying up a little bit already. So beautiful. Clean this up again. All right. Now, I have gotten a couple Tim Holtz stencils recently from Stampers Anonymous stencils, and I was looking for some crackly kind of stuff, right? So I don't want this fully covered. So I think what I'm going to do, and I had used this on my sample, but I think I'm going to get out, I think I'm going to do this one this time. And I'll show you my sample, because if this doesn't dry good enough, I've got a sample that we can kind of finish. So, all right. Just going to do some texture paste. We're going to use the opaque paste. Because I do want this to pick up some of the color when I go to spray this. So I have a couple videos coming out on my Monday Moments, or my Okay I'll Try That I think series, of the different pastes, and I think that's either up or coming out. So it'll explain the difference between the opaque paste, the translucent. I've got the glitter, I've got the snowfall, and so I went and tested them all to see the difference on how they take paste in different mediums. This one will pick up the color, and I'm okay. That's what I want on this one. So it's almost done and dry, so I'm just softening this up. That's all I'm doing here. All right, and I don't want this over the whole thing, so I'm just going to throw some random kind of in these corners a little bit. Like so. Oh, I like this one. I haven't used this one. I like this one. I'm going to go just a little kind of in the middle. And then right here. And I am going to actually take this other one. This one, because I do want a little fill in. A little bit, I want a little bit more paste on here. Like so. Just random. I'm just doing this random. That's all I'm doing. I'm liking that. So, alright. A little bit extra I can throw back in here. And it's SHAWN space Manley, MANLEY, if you're looking on Facebook. And I know there's a lag, so I know YouTube and Facebook, there's a lag from each other and from my restream, so it goes to restream first, then it's hitting my Facebook and my YouTube, so there is a lag, and I apologize. I think Facebook has the biggest lag from what I was testing this morning. All right. Now, if you were to go and heat this to dry this quicker, you're going to get, this stuff will start to puff. It dries pretty quick though. So I'm gonna just, rather than going to my sample that I have ready, this is the sample I've already pre-made just in case this doesn't dry enough. So I just did it slightly different. I did a little corner here. I tore out my book. I have to trim this down yet. It's dry and ready to go. If this doesn't dry, we'll come to this one. But I like this one better. But we're gonna go to our flowers. And then we're gonna get the flowers and leaves and stuff ready, and hopefully this is dry enough by the time we get there to do that. So, all right, I'm trying to watch chat here a little bit too. The chat looks slightly different for me, so I'm trying to watch that too. Okay, now I'm gonna go very light pink on my roses. Then I just took a little bit richer pink that I'm gonna do the middle, and then I'm gonna do some dry brushing. Here's where I got this idea of how I wanted to color these. I just Googled vintage roses on Pinterest and found some I don't know what it was, wallpaper, or it was a card maybe or something, that had the color that so I'm trying to mimic what I found on Pinterest. There was some ones with the gray shadowing, and then there was the vintage dark and grays and browns and blacks, and we're going just faint pink with a little richer pink for some shadowing. And then I'm going to do a little bluish green for my leaves. Okay, this is super easy because, like I said before, on this stencil, you're just using it to cover the whole rose. If I can find where I just set it down, that would be amazing. All right, here we go. Making sure that I can read the stencil so it's up the right way. Lines up. So what I've done is I pre-stamped and embossed this in gold. And then I'm just going to now cover the edges, but I get just inside, I go just outside of that embossing is how this lines up. So it lines up perfectly to that embossing. If I line it up careful enough, I shouldn't get any pink on the outside of where I've already die cut. Okay? It lines up really nice. Let me zoom in because this lines up so nice. You can see how that hugs that embossing. Really nice. Okay, zoom out just a tiny bit. So I'm using my cotton candy. Clean this up just a little bit. I don't know. Oh no, there's nothing on there. So I'm just using a paper towel on the side here just to kind of clean up my brush. And the cotton candy is one of the more fainter pinks from Catherine Pooler's line. So I'm not using any pressure hardly at all because I do want this relatively faint. I'm not looking for a ton of color. It's almost like a white pink. And then I'm going to go on the bottom edge and just give me a little bit more depth on this bottom edge as a little extra shadow down here. So I'm putting just a little pressure on this bottom edge all the way around the bottom. Because the rest of this I'm going to just shadow as I dry brush. Okay. Well, I still have my stencil on, so I don't get on anything else. I'm going to go to my Be Mine. I have a little mini brush that I'm going to pick this up with. And I'm tapping off because I don't want to go and get like a big blob of ink. So I'm just doing my little center here. A little bit more concentrated right here in the center, and then I'm just pulling that out, and that's all I want to do because I'm going to shade in that rest. All right, so easy on these. We'll dry brush all of these at the same time. All right, so just rinse and repeat. I did 3. I might actually just use 2 roses, but I did 3 just in case I wanted to add 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top of that tag. I couldn't decide on a complete layout, so when you're doing stencils like these sticky mats are so helpful. Keeps it nice and tight, especially push around the edge like that. It just keeps that nice and tight. All right, just using my light pink again. Just to throw down a little bit of pink, almost like a white pink is all I'm going for. Pale vintage pink. Welcome, I see a couple more popped in, so welcome you guys. We're just hanging out doing a little pink tag this afternoon on a Sunday. It's beautiful, beautiful here in Georgia. Found me, good. Am I streaming, Ann? I think I'm streaming because I think Brittany came in off of Facebook, I'm assuming. So if I'm streaming, just give me a thumbs up if I'm streaming on Facebook. If I am, I have done my 3 days of programming have worked. It's taken me a while to figure this. I'm techie. I'm not super techie, so I'm super proud of myself that I actually got all this to work, and YouTube University is a wonderful thing to Google to figure out how to do stuff. All right, I'm just doing that bottom edge again, just to darken that bottom edge just slightly with the same color. Okay, then I'm going to come in with that Be Mine. Get that center and just pull it out just a little bit. Get it in there one more time. Boom. That's it on that. I'll do this other one. Gosh, I'm loving. Those are looking really nice. It's hard to. I'm heavy-handed, and it's hard for me to refrain from pushing too much to get it a good solid color, because I generally like bright colors. So to try to do this pale stuff it's a challenge for me, because I'm trying not to push too hard and throw down too much color right away. And I'm telling you, this lines up around that stencil and embossing so nice. And when it pops in there, you see it. Like, it's all around the edges. You'll just, it's there, you'll notice it. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Anne, for looking and checking and finding me. Appreciate it. All right, same thing on this one. Keeping that pale, and then I'll go around that bottom edge again with that same color. A little bit more pressure just to shadow that around that edge. So you'll notice, starting this week into next, I'm going to have a slightly different schedule. I'm still going to do my Thursday night lives. I'm trying 6 o'clock. I might go back to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on Eastern Time. Special little thing happening on Wednesdays. You'll find out this week. Then I'm going to do a design team. I'm on 2 other design teams besides Brutus Monroe. And so I'll have every other Tuesday something for them, whether it be a video or just a post or something. You'll just see a design team Tuesday every other Tuesday, and then my videos and random stuff in between. But I think I've got a schedule, and then my Monday moments and every other Saturday scrappy shorts. But I think I have figured out a schedule. All right, I'm gonna just clean this off with a little bit of alcohol so I don't smear it with my fingers before I start on the green. So now I have 2 greens, a really pale green, winter green, and my sea glass, which has got that little bluish green tinge to it. Okay, just for that shadowing. So I'll grab my pale green and then my green little mini. To do the little darker stuff, okay? And these are going to be kind of all the same, to be honest. And I'll just start with one and work my way around. I'll probably do I'll probably do all the pale and then go back and do these so that I don't have to keep wiping this down in between. It might go faster that way too. So I'm going to go on real pale. Minty light. Oh, sorry, get over here. Just I'll zoom out a little bit so I don't keep going off camera. Real pale. That's it. And I'll do all the same ones, and then I'll switch. This mint is relatively light to begin with, so it doesn't throw down crazy dark if you get a little bit of pressure on it. Well, welcome everyone. A couple more popped in, so hopefully everyone's just chilling out on a Sunday afternoon and enjoying your weekend. And we had a great weekend yesterday. Little theater tickets downtown Atlanta. Stuck around Midtown area just for some. Met a friend and had some cocktails, and so we had a nice evening last night. Oops, I think did I flip that? No. All right, let's do. Oh, I see. These doubles are singles on the stencil. I didn't notice that before. So my doubles here again for the bigger ones are singles on the stencil because they overlap. So you gotta do these ones individual. It seems like stencils have gotten popular too. I think it just makes it easy for coloring, staying in the lines. It's easy. It's like an easy technique. It's quick. Like I feel like I'm finding more and more of the stuff I buy, especially like florals, are coming with those, the layered ones and like what I did here today, the big fill-in ones. It seems like they're just more sets are coming with that or dies. It seems like. All right, almost there. So that's this one. And I'm just tapping to get a little extra. I'm not even really loading up my brush a whole lot. Again, I just Googled on Pinterest vintage roses, and I'm kind of mimicking kind of the color wheel of one of the ones that I found that I liked. And I think it was actually DSP paper or something that I found that I liked, the pattern and the colors and stuff. All right, now it makes sense because now this one is the little baby by itself here. I think I've only used this stencil once. I've used the roses before, and then I've watercolored them. I think I've used the stencils on this, I think only one time. And I think it was when I first got it, because I opened it, and then of course it's that, open something and then start playing. And try it out. And are you still watching Gaz? What's Mr. Gaz making today? What's he doing? All right, now I don't need to wipe because it's just going to be a darker color anyway. So I'm switching to this, switching to my darker little mini brush. Clean that up a little bit. I'm going to start with my little doubles that I had. Is Gaz by himself too today, or he had a guest yesterday, or maybe it was the day before? So now you can see, I got that little bluish green, and I just kind of want at the bases of these leaves, and carry that up. I sometimes will carry that up like one little edge or something. Light hand. It's that light hand to keep it soft. Oh, perfect. Love these colors together too. Just him and some type of Easter card. Oh, all right, all right. Got some Easter stuff coming, I think, from Brutus Monroe, so I'm excited to play. Cute stuff from Brutus Monroe. Kit coming. Cute little bunnies and different chipboards and stuff on it, so I'm excited to get some stuff out for Easter. Mr. Gaz, that sassy little thing. Alright, there is my doubles on that one. Now we'll switch to this guy. Trying to watch two of us at one time and dinner. Awesome. I can tell it's getting about that time. My dog's starting to get antsy, and I'm making him wait because it's still, he still has half an hour to an hour before it's dinner time for him, so I can't say certain words. He's sitting right here at my feet. But it is not dinner time for this little guy quite yet. Perfect. I'm liking this. Liking this stencil thing. I don't think I do stencils enough, especially stencils for this stuff. Like, I will always try to buy the die set. Like, I'll buy the if it comes with it, I'll usually do dies before I'll do a stencil, and now I'm like, I need to do stencils more. This is easy and fun and quick. Yeah, I think we've got several lives going on here today, so I wasn't expecting a ton of people in here, but that's okay. There's always the replay, and this gave me a chance to test all this technology. I'm telling you guys, I don't know if anybody out here is tech savvy or not. I am to a certain point, and then I get, I'll be honest, I just get mad. I just get mad. I was getting very, very mad over all of this. But then I have been able to figure things out, and then I'm like, oh, I did that. Like, I kind of shocked myself. But again, YouTube, wonderful thing. All right, let's go back to these roses really quick. Here's what I'm going to do with these roses. Let me just clean this up. I need to just clean up my hands a little bit to get this ink off. Maybe I'll grab a sticky so I'm not touching these up too much. I'm just going to move these off to the side so I don't smudge or do anything I shouldn't be doing with these. You should see the side over here to my left. I got every container out for this tag because I didn't know what I wanted to do, plus all the stuff I've been working on. This whole area right here is just out of control. All right, I'm just gonna start at the bottom of these. All right, this is a dry brush. Dry. It's not wet. There's nothing on it. It's just a dry brush. There's a little ink because I had inked it up, but it is drier than dry. I'm gonna take my second color that I've already put in through this top. Okay. Try to keep your brush smooth so it doesn't get ruffled up. I go back and forth just to keep it smooth. Okay, you can test over here just to get the brightness off if it's just a little too much, especially if this is super juicy. This is not, it's kind of juicy, but it's not super juicy. All right, here's what you're gonna do. Where you want your shadowing at the bases of these. So if I look at this right side up, I'm gonna zoom in. If I look at this right side up, I'm going to want some right in here, probably a little bit right in through there. Not much, because I don't want to overdo it on this, because there's not a lot of spaces to do this. So I'm going to go this way so I can pull it out towards the tip of the petal. All I'm doing is very, very lightly. I'm not pushing at all. I'm just doing little circular, mini little motions. I don't need a lot. Don't get too crazy on this, or you'll just overdo it. Again, I am not pushing. I am just little circular motions so that the tips of the bristles just barely touch the paper. Okay. Now let me look. See. So I'm going to get this petal right here at this base. So same thing. Little circular. Are you talking about both of us, Anne? Oh, he's so nice. He's just this awesome guy. I need to do a live with him. It'd be so fun to do a live with him. And I didn't mean to overlap his live. This was supposed to be done, and then I was trying to squeeze this in today, and it just 3 o'clock just worked. So very light. Okay. I need just a little bit right in here, and then I need something right in that little middle, so, and then I'll do the rest of these. Hopefully Oh, that's almost dry. So I'm actually doing pretty good. We've got 35 minutes in, so we're doing good. Perfect. Man, I just love that. I love that. Okay, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit right in here. Now, what I want to do, I think, is on this couple of these folds, actually there's only one fold, so I think I'm going to just, on this one, I'm going to just darken that fold. So now I'm going to take and color, I'm not going to brush, like, I'm just going to use my brush and go a little heavier, because I want that fold to be dark. As if it's the underside not catching any light on that one little fold right there. And then I'm going to do just a little heavier here, just to bring me some color up into the top. And to frame this out just a tiny, tiny bit. There's one little fold right there. And I don't know if my brush will fit in that little fold, but let's just see if I can tap that in. Not bad. All right, I don't know if I like that, so I'm not going to do it on the other two, but we'll still shadow. So you can see that dry brushing just gives you a nice, super soft shadow. All right, so I'm just going to do the dry brushing on the rest of these. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't like the way that kind of turned out. I just want a little dimension on this. This would actually look great with a gray, or even a like vintage photo or old linen or something. A little softer would look really nice to soften this with. Again, don't push your bristles onto the paper. Just set them down and just let that ink work off the brush onto the paper, is the best way I can describe it. I'm not pushing it into the paper, if that makes sense. Gaz is saying yes to what? To a live? I'll have to text him when I'm done. Set it up. Let's set one up. I'll let him do it. Like, I'll let him, he's got great projects. So I would love to just him say, Shawn, here's what we're going to do, and then me learn from him on something he wants to do. That'd be fun. All right. Oh, this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, that got a little too wet. This is fun, you guys, because it's almost like very dry, light watercoloring with this shadow's just so easy. It's like you don't even have to work at shadowing it. Except I went too fast on that little corner, so too hard, I guess. I laid that down too hard. Tonight, I think I'm going to have to, tonight might be a Bridgerton night. I got a couple more things to work on in the craft room, and then I've got to catch up on Bridgerton, if anybody's a Bridgerton fan. I know there's another season's coming out, and I had just started watching it, so I just finished season 1, starting season 2, and so I need to catch up. Because I have friends and my partner who are like, you need to catch up so we can watch the next season when it comes out all together. All right, one more little spot right here. I'm really liking this. I'm going just a tiny bit darker on this one because right here where I started, I went a little too much. So I'm just making this one look all the same. They're all kind of a little different. I don't like this, but that's okay. I might not use this one, but we'll see. Or I can cover it. I might be able to cover it with the other rows. All right. I'm very happy with these. I think what I'm going to do, I want to throw one little thing on here. I need a little sparkle. I'm going to use the my Wink of Stella brush, my zig brush, and just give this a little shimmer. I just got to squeeze it. I haven't used it for a little while, so I just got to squeeze a little bit out on this. Get it going. All right. I'm just going to give this a little shimmer over the top. Little sparkle. Can't not have some sparkle. Okay. Set these aside. And let's do some nitty-gritty staining here. Because I think it's still a tiny bit damp. I'm going to just give it a little bit of heat. Not too much because I don't want this to puff on me. And I've got a plethora of colors. I'll show you what I've got to blend out with. And I'll show you my sample. So my sample, I used almost every one of them. So I did a part-way sample in case I was going to not get this dry, but I'm going to get this dry. Okay. Then I did my end of color, testing these colors. And here's kind of what we're aiming for. Just some pinks with a little blues with a little rusty kind of brownish stuff in there is what we're going for. And I might not even go as heavy as I did on this one, and keep that even paler than that. Alright, let's get out some distress. I'm not sure if anybody on here is a distress person or not. I'm loving them. I love them, love them, love them. I've got some paint and I've got some stains. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw just a little bit of my paints down. Let me zoom out. There we go. A little bit of my paints down after I do one layer of stain. Okay? And I want to do, I'll just show you all the colors I've got out here to play with. I'm going to start light to dark. So I've got old paper, I've got pumice stone, I've got antique linen, then I'm working up to some scattered straw, some picked raspberry for that little pinkish to match the roses, a little hickory smoke to knock that down just a tiny bit, tattered rose, a little brushed corduroy, and a little spun sugar. I'm just going to grab as what's grabbing my fancy. Then I have a little rusty hinge that I was brushing to kind of rust this out just a little bit. Alright? And then I have picket fence to throw over the top if I wanted some splatter. But I think I'm going to white splatter this with something else besides that picket fence. Alright, I'm going to start with my spun sugar distress spray stain. Super light pink with some pumice stone. So I'm going to throw my pumice stone oxide, just a couple little spritzes because that oxide won't allow the rest of this to layer over the top of it. Okay? Give it just a good shake. Mix that up. Alright, I'm just checking my chat to make sure. Oh, Anne's almost burnt her burger, so don't burn your burger, Anne, and not have anything to eat. Alright, just a little bit. I don't want a lot because I don't want that oxide to take over. And then I'm going to throw down, where's my antique linen as a good base. And it gives me that, it's giving me this paper look right before this paper goes brown like it did. Okay? Alright, I want to give this just one other little, some tattered rose, I think. And then we're going to knock this down with a dryer. And I want to pick up some of that. Where'd my tattered rose go here? Tattered rose, where'd you go? Give that just a tiny, tiny bit more. Well, I'll be darned. A little spun sugar then. Alright, I'm going to dry this. And then I'm going to add my little bit more intense colors over the top. Now you can kind of see now how this is picking up the color. This texture paste will grab that color. Now, if I would have gessoed that paper, that would have stayed just a little bit more clear for me if I would have gessoed that out. But I like how I still have my page kind of showing through there too. Okay, now I'm going to get my colors away that I do not want any more of. And let's just bring in a little scattered straw. And my picked raspberry. And I'm going to wet this and let this run just a little bit. Just technique-wise, just a little different technique, because now what I want to do is let that just bloom and run. Like so. I'm going to give it just a little more down in these edges. I like that. So now what I want to do is just start bringing in some of my smokiness to start setting this back a little. Okay, dry this before I age this. I'm trying to keep a little less of opaqueness than I had in my sample. So well, hey Don, welcome, welcome. I think you popped in on my testing of everything this week, and I think we figured it out. So this is the reschedule from Thursday, from this morning to this afternoon. We're just knocking out some vintage roses with a little pink tattered kind of tag here. All right, let me just give this a little bit of some paint. And I'm just going to do a little pink, some spun sugar, spun sugar with a little aged mahogany. And then I will knock down with a little brown. And I think I'm going to throw just a little blue in there too, but I'll do that with my rust. All right, let me just wet that down. And I'm just knocking down some paint on here. Filling in a little bit where I just want to knock down some of those letters. And where I know I'm going to throw these roses. So I want this to pop up underneath where I'm going to throw these roses. I think I like that. Okay. Little brushed corduroy. Ooh, I'm liking. And now let's just add some blue and some rust in there, and I think we're good. All right, let me just clean this up. So we're just going to throw that right down here. Yeah, I thought you had popped in, Don. So I said at the beginning of my stream this afternoon, fixing some stuff for Wednesday. Can't say what until probably tomorrow. And I've had to now run everything through Restream, so it streams to multiple platforms. And I'm not the best at that, but I've got it figured out, I think. I think I've got all my stuff, like this kind of stuff working now. So I got my little fly-ins and different things working. I'm using little peacock feathers to get some color on here. And I'm just almost like I'm just kind of working around like a brick pattern here on my crackle. To get some color on that crackle is all I'm trying to do. Okay. Let's see, get a little more than that. A little bit more, a little bit brighter in there. All right, add my rust, dry this back, and I think I can start placing my stuff on here. I'm going to go a little bit more solid on that rust and not water that down. And actually, we're going to grab, I think I have Rusty Hinge spray steam. A new bottle of it, I think. Let's see. Rusty Hinge. If I was Rusty Hinge, where would I be? Right there. Oh, it'll be fun. I'm glad you'll be tuning in. It's gonna be crazy fun. Super excited. And at first, it's a first, so I'm excited to be part of a first. All right, I'm gonna dry this. We're gonna add a little sparkle onto this and start assembling on here. I am gonna get out. I am loving the spritzes, so I want to get out. I think I've got picked raspberry spritz somewhere, right here. Picked raspberry spritz. I'm gonna give this a little shine. So this paste probably isn't going to totally dry on me quite yet, but I think this will knock it down just enough to assemble. All right, let me add my. Ooh, that's the icing on the cake right there. All right, while I'm drying, I'm going to set my stuff aside. We're going to add 2 splatters to this. And then my ephemera. Feel free to pipe in on the comments on the ephemera. First, second, third time using ephemera. I have a hard time just picking, and I just got to get better just assembling, picking, putting things together. I know, like when I watch Biddy Penny and stuff, my gosh, she just does such a great job and putting things together. Empty Nester, hello, hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. The dog's starting to whine over here if you can hear him. All right, I'm going to add a little white splatter. And a little gold splatter. I just want to give that a little watered down. This is just an acrylic. I think this is the Amsterdam acrylic ink. This one does pick up the color a little bit, so usually I have to throw it on kind of heavy to not get it to pick up that color as much. Just give myself a little bit more. There we go, there we go. Okay, let me grab my gold and throw that down, and I'm ready to decorate. How is everyone? How are you, Dawn? Everybody just enjoying, kind of chilling on your Sunday evening? Anne's cooking burgers. She said she almost burnt her burgers. I have not cooked yet. I need to after this. Anybody else got some good food going? Tonight might be leftovers for me, so. Yeah, she's great. Biddy's just great at putting stuff together for ephemera. And I think my thing is too, I don't have a ton of it, so I got very little to choose from, which makes it harder too, but that's okay, you know. Digging that. Okay. I don't know why, I can't resist splatter. Can't resist it. Dry this up. All right, I'm gonna get this out of here as I'm drying. Cleaning up my space here, and then we'll grab my ephemera stuff. And just get stuff out of the way so I'm not making a mess. Try not to overheat my tag because I don't want my paste to puff. Oh, you think so? To have less? Well, true, because I got less to pick from, but then I feel like I don't have as many choices to add cool stuff either, you know? Okay, I have to show this other one. I'm loving this one compared to this one. What do you guys think? A or B? I'm an A person. It's a little bit brighter. I think these roses and stuff now will knock this down a little bit and add some ephemera around it. So here's kind of my roses. And I'm going to probably cut one of the little flaps off of this one because I'm thinking 2 here. And then let's just get out my ephemera. So this is the first pack of ephemera I've purchased. And there was one, yeah, I saw it peeking up. There's this one. So there's that. Let's see what else I got in here. Ooh, that. That could be cool though too. That dress thing. Oh, nope, nope, nope. I'm liking. I don't want too many of these, but then maybe something with a little, something smaller. Like that. Ooh, I like that. Look at me just spread this out. Ooh, the butterfly though. Like I feel like I could cut out a butterfly. Yep. Okay. Hey Gaz, welcome. PJ Stamper. Welcome Gaz. We're finishing up my antique tag here, vintage tag. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do is let me cut out, I'm going to cut off one of these little pieces, I think. And I'm kind of feeling this. But that might be too much. I'm kind of feeling like that with leaves around it. Then I might knock some leaves out through the corners. And I'm liking this. I'm liking her. I'm really liking her tucked in there. Then I think, because she might tuck like so over there. Where'd my I'm liking this, I think, or no. I think I'm liking this. Oh, hey Cordelia, welcome, welcome. No worries, no worries. This is a weird time and I had to reschedule and all kinds of crazy going on. I'm just trying to finish this up and figure out how I want to lay out my ephemera because this is always a hard decision for me. I love the roses in each corner and I think I'm liking that with this. And then I'm liking a butterfly for sure. And I think I need 1 or 2 more things. So I think I like that and a butterfly. And I think I'm going to do this butterfly. And I'm going to just cut this one out. We're going to fussy cut it out, I think. I don't have my fussy scissors, so we're just going to use my big honkin' Tim Holtz shears here. And just not even worry about all the detail, I'll just go kind of around. Gaz, mister, what did you make this evening? Anne was telling me you made some Easter kind of something, Easter card for the night. What'd you end up with? Seems like the day to go live today. Everyone's got their lives and videos going today. Okay. I'm kind of digging that. I feel like I need, oh, you know what? Maybe if I just fill in some leaves. I love it. Okay, I'm going to cut this little flappy off. I don't like this flappy on there. So I'm just going to get kind of close so I don't have that pink border from the ink blending as much, because I can tuck. So I think I'm going to glue this one, pop this one, okay, and then glue these. So this lady has to go down first. So let me glue her. An excellent birthday card, awesome. Easter kind of theme, I'm assuming. For an Easter, how do I want to say that? Easter birthday. It being your birthday, this week or today. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, either way. Are you celebrating? What are you doing? Alright, my lady just slightly off-centered here. And I'm going to do the one I cut down, pop up the other one. So we're going to lay this one down next. Like so, and like so. I think I'm okay with that there. And yes, I gotta get out dimensionals. Shawn, it isn't a card or something if Shawn hasn't used dimensionals, so I'll pop this one up. Yes, happy birthday, mister. Hopefully you're gonna do something fun. Oh, today, happy birthday. All right, so kind of digging right like that. All right, now let me just take and tuck these in there in case I need to pull these. So these, I'm just going to glue these down in and around the roses there. Like so. I want my little, I had a little one, little single here, like that. You guys, I'm digging this. I'm digging these colors. I'm digging how these roses came out so soft, and how this is now laying over my lady. My lady. Okay, now I want this one. I had that one there, and I'm going to pop this up, actually. I am. Hey, I'm not doing too bad. I got 3 minutes after the hour, and I am almost done. So I am doing good, I feel like. I probably could have did most of these roses and prepped them, but kind of fun just to do it all. Thank you, Mr. Gaz. All right, let's see. The stem's there, so it's kind of should come up this direction actually, and I'm gonna kind of lay it over the corner of her and fill my corner up so I get a little overlay. And then I think my butterfly there. My butterfly here, and I think I can go this. I'm going to tuck that under that leaf, actually. Leaf and my rose. If I can get a little bit of that rose up. Nope, but I can go here before that dries down on me. Like that. Oh, straighten out. Straighten out. Come on. And my butterfly, and then my leaves. So actually I'm going to wait on this butterfly because I think I can tuck some leaves around it. So I want like so, because I want this to wrap around like that, I think, onto her. I don't know if you can hear my dog whining. He is so hungry. It's just now dinner time, so he's just such a baby. All right, glue that tuck that right underneath that corner. He's literally sitting here like staring at me, starting to whine. I'm liking that, and I feel like I need a couple more here. Just like, I think I can go one, and then maybe there. I gotta look up. I don't think it's too many leaves. I don't think it's too many leaves. Because I'm liking the greenery. It's kind of giving me a vine kind of vibe, so I'm digging it. I was afraid it was going to be too many leaves by laying that down, but I looked up and I'm like, I kind of like it. A little piece there. There. And then I'll squish that piece. I didn't push that piece all the way down because I knew I was still going to be tucking here. Yeah. I love her. I love her. Love, love, love her. All right. Let's see what I have for some ribbon or twine. Let's see. You know what? It's Christmas, but it's not Christmas. It goes with this, and it's big. Let's just give her a little gold to go with that embossing. And I knew this was going to happen. I covered that up. So let's just get this in first. Falling apart already. Alright, come on. It's a big ribbon. But I can do it. I can do it. It's got wire in it too, so it's making it just a little bit. Cordelia, he's not withering away, but he is hungry. He's getting sassy. I should have a Charlie cam. I gotta figure out how to put up a Charlie cam. He usually lays at my feet, or there's a couch right across from me in my craft room, and so he usually will lay on that too. Alright. There we go. Let me just put this back down, because that was right there. Like so. And then where'd my two leaves go that I had? We'll carefully hold this up until this is all dry. There. I'm okay if that's popping up over that tag. That's okay. Alright, you guys. There she is. There she is. Not what I envisioned at the very beginning, but pretty darn close. So yeah, he's literally standing like right there staring and whining. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. What I'm going to do off camera is I like to cover this up. So I'm going to use that same DSP paper and I'll cover this up off camera that I used underneath here. But there is my layered tag with that pinky kind of gold splatter, white splatter. What I could probably do over the top of this is my other favorite, which is Tattered Rose Spritz. Just a tweak of spritz, like so. Tattered Rose is just, it gives it that little champagne-y kind of feel. Try not to spray everything else on my table here. Get those splatters dry, and then we'll hold this up one last time. All right, here you go. Let's go face cam here. See if we can get a focus. Oh, the color looks so good on that. The roses blended out so nice. Oh, there. Now if I can get a little adjustment, get my face not to adjust. There we go. There's my tag. Vintage Roses with Ephemera. This Ephemera pack, I don't think I said, this was the Tim Holtz Ideology Keepsakes Ephemera, 95 pieces. So I think I got this on Simon Says stamp. On sale, I think, when I got it. But anyway, there you have it. There's my stamp. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming back to the live. That was supposed to be Thursday. Then it was supposed to be this morning. Tech issues are figured out. Tune in Wednesday. You'll see this on my feed on Facebook. You'll see this on my feed on YouTube. And you'll see it on one of my design teams. The announcement is tomorrow, I believe. So come on back on Wednesday. We're going to have a ton of fun. Huge surprise, big kind of deal. So I'm super excited. So thanks for hanging with me. Gaz, my man, happy, happy, happy birthday. You and I, buddy, need to do a live together. I would just love to do a live with you. You can run it. You tell me what I need to make and challenge me and see if I can be like Gaz. So happy birthday, my friend. See you all later and have a wonderful rest of your night. Now let's just see if I can actually get this to shut off right for technology, right? Okay, bye guys.